Shalom, we're the Hebrew Israelites. First off, we would like to start off by giving all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai.
We'd like to give double honors to our apostles and our elders at Great Millstone who rule well. And we'd like to open up with an article.
Yeah, Shalom, pretty much through the spirit, one way to count. I was watching the end time prophecy, whatever. Anyway, these Amalekites, they actually planning on rebuilding the temple of the so-called God. You know what I'm saying? Through the spirit, this would be the third temple, because the first one that wise King Solomon built, that one got destroyed by the Babylonians. The second one got destroyed when we was fleeing out of Rome, and now they're just trying to pretty much rebuild that third temple. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna read the article. Pretty much this is WND APP front page. You can also Google it. It's different web outlets you can go to. I'll pretty much read a little bit of it, and pretty much through the spirit. Brothers, we're gonna bring out scriptures pretty much, you know what I'm saying? Let the spirit flow. It say, for the first time in hundreds of years, there are serious preparations under the way to build the third temple prophesied in the scriptures. This week, the Nascent Shadarin, a group attempting to revive the ancient Jewish legal institution, reportedly selected individuals to serve as a high priest in a political situation, allowed to the Jews to access the Temple Mount from Yom Kippur, which means that's the land that they've been so-called trying to pretty much fight for to get that land back. You had something?
It's Malachi 1 and 4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness. All right, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever.
Damn, that's a cold scripture.
All right, so you know, all right, even like right now, all right, with this you know, like make America great again, or at least like you know, that's what this it's like this devil is trying to do. All right, you know, just like restore his kingdom, right, as much as like possible, right, and things like that. But you know, the Lord's not having it. Or you know, he's gonna you know, at a certain point, or you know, he's just gonna shut it down.
Okay.
Hey, I gotta find that scripture.
There's some more in that article.
This is Revelations chapter 11. I'm gonna start off at verse 1. And there was given unto me a reed like unto a rod, and the angel stood, saying, Rise and measure the temple of God, and the altar, and them that worship therein. But the court which is without the temple leave out, and measure it not, for it is given unto the Gentiles. And the holy city shall they tread underfoot 42 months. Yeah, but let's just talk about how they in our land, they trying to rebuild our land, and basically trying to use these different signs to deceive you and certify that they the real Jews and stuff like that. Go into it a little bit more. I got another scripture on that. It's speaking on these churches, but it's also speaking on how they rebuilding these temples and stuff like that. This is Jeremiah chapter 7 verse 4. It says, Trust ye not in lying words, saying the temple of the Lord, the temple of the Lord, the temple of the Lord are these. So it's telling you not to trust in those lying words, because we know that third temple is spiritually being built right now. Jerusalem is spiritually being rebuilt. So they try to always throw in that little deception and catch non-believers or just getting what your tares caught up.
I got precept for that. This First Peter chapter 2 verse 5. I'm actually start at 4. To whom coming as unto a living stone, disallowed indeed of men, but chosen of Yahweh and precious, which the elect are. Whomever they may be across the four corners of the earth, they're disallowed amongst men. Many people despise us, as the scriptures say time after time again. The prophet is not without honor, except amongst his own kinsmen. You know, so we disallowed amongst men. They hate us, pursuing to Luke 6 and 22. You know, they separate their company from us and cast out our name as evil for the Son of Man's sake, Yahweh Shah's sake. And then it says, verse 5, ye also, as lively stones, are built up a spiritual house and holy priesthood to offer up spiritual sacrifice acceptable to Yahweh by Hamashiach Yahweh Shah, man. So at the end of the day, it's a spiritual temple being built. It's not a physical one. This one being built up slowly but surely as we continuously put videos up. Brothers continue to watch. They come down. They get edified. They convert. You know what I'm saying? If they of the seed of Israel anyway.
So, yeah, and even if someone does get like offended or condemned, you know, that's also a good thing because you know, that's also like that's something that also has to like happen. Or you know, it just has to be like a done deal whether someone's of the elect or not, or for all these prophecies to be fulfilled and then the kingdom to be established.
Straight up. So at the end of the day, man, it's a spiritual temple. It's not a one that you can actually build up. Hey, the Lord don't dwell in a temple made with man's hands anyway, and King Solomon knew that. That's why he said, I knew that the heavens of heavens could not contain thee.
Can't
you know?
have it, yeah.
And so therefore he said that we could all pray towards the east, towards that holy temple in any captivity that we in, and he may think upon us and save us. But we know that the Lord don't dwell in those temples, man. But Amalek, they ain't got the they spiritually discerned, man. They ain't got the understanding of the scriptures.
This 1 Corinthians chapter 3 verse 9. It say, for we are laborers together with the Most High, and ye are God's husbandry, and ye are God's building.
So we are that temple, and we are married unto the Lord as his people. Yeah, we are the building. That's why I said the third temple is spiritually being rebuilt. The man of the Lord, the house of David is being rebuilt, being restored. And it says the breaches being closed. So you have the elect being sealed. You have all the ancient men, the prophets, all these people are coming back.
Con.
You got that article out? Huh?
No, that was it.
Can I grab this quick precept? This Numbers chapter 24, and I actually want to start at 17. It says, I shall see him, but not now. I shall behold him, but not nigh. There shall come a star out of Jacob, and a scepter shall rise out of Israel, and shall smite the corners of Moab, and destroy all the children of Sheth. All right, which we know is Yahweh Shah, man. It says, and Edom shall be a possession. Seir also shall be a possession for his enemies, and Israel shall do valiantly. All right, so Edom is going to be a possession. And pursuing Isaiah the 14th chapter, when they held us captives, they were roughly paraphrasing. We gonna take you people captives too. And it says, verse 19, it says, out of Jacob shall come he that shall have dominion, and shall destroy him that remaineth of the city. And when he looked on Amalek, he took up this parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever. So Amalek is the one that's in our land right now. Them fake Jews, man. You know, that's claiming to be who we are. All right? That's why when the so-called Mormon came down yesterday, he was talking about he said he see himself on the sign. He said he sees himself on the sign, but he can't tell us. Remember that shit? He said he seen himself, but he didn't want to tell us because he knew we was going to get on his ass. But long story short, yeah, he was the first of the nations because Esau came out first, man. But his latter end shall be that he perished. Pursuant to that, what's that, Matthew 20 and 16, it say the first shall be last and the last shall be first, man. You know? So they came out first and they got their blessing first, and therefore they're going to be last. And we was last, you know what I'm saying, to come out, and we got to suffer this hell now, but our latter end is going to be greater than theirs, man. So Amalek, you got some shit to pay for thinking about you about to be building a spiritual temple, man, or building up another temple to the Lord. That's contrary to the scripture. The Lord will come around and destroy that shit, you know, in the process of while you building it. The same way that y'all was giving us hell during the time of King Cyrus, man. You know, when we was trying to build and they was giving us hell while we was trying to build up our temple, man, at the time. So at the end of the day, man, y'all ain't got the light, you know? So what the brother speaking is true. The fact that they even got an article about that it's mind-boggling, but at the same time, man, we out here to condemn you niggas, man, because y'all not the Lord's chosen men. You got it though, right?
Real quick, this is Matthew chapter 10 and 23. And when they persecute you in this city, flee ye into another. For verily I say unto you, ye shall not have gone over the cities of Israel till the Son of Man be come. So the real children of Israel ain't there anyway, because we wouldn't be there until Yahweh Shah returns. Yahweh Shah hasn't returned. So the children of Israel wouldn't be there building the temple anyway.
They don't even believe in the Messiah.
Right. No, but those Gentiles, they gonna be there. The scripture say until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
It's lucky their Messiah, the Messiah like died, like it was that old like Amalekite, like I forget his name. Right, a lot of them like believe that he was the Messiah, but he like just like fucking died and didn't come back. But they want to talk shit about Yahweh Shai, about how it's like a fabrication that that he like rose from the dead, but like the motherfucker that they like worship is like he's in the spirit world. And he's gonna stay there until it's time for him to go into slavery.
Quick precept. Back in 1 Peter chapter 2, going to verse 6 now, it says, "Wherefore it is contained in the scripture, Behold, I lay in Zion a chief cornerstone, elect, precious, and he that believeth on him shall not be confounded." All right? So in the nation of Israel, you know what I'm saying, Zion, he said he lay a chief cornerstone, which we hope and pray that we are the elect or those men, you know what I'm saying? And it says, he that believeth on him shall not be confounded, talking about Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, man. Really Yahweh Shai, our Lord and Savior, which that Omen means, man.
1 Peter 2 and 5.
2 and 5. Oh, bring it back? That's where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
No, you good. 1 Peter 2 and 5, bringing it back. Ye also as lively stones are built up a spiritual house and holy priesthood to offer up spiritual sacrifice, acceptable to Yahweh by Mashiach Yahweh Shai.
No, you
good. Hey, you got to reiterate it, Julian Jake Head. It's a spiritual temple being built right now. That's how we all came together. That was the spirit, because the young brother that was out here yesterday, Darrell, he knew, you know what I'm saying? He was like, how did y'all come together? We like through the spirit. He like, we ain't know each other in the world. It's just through the spirit, you know what I'm saying? Brothers be laboring. People see their works, and we take note of it, and we continue to, you know what I'm saying, to build up that spiritual temple, man. So, long story short, you know what I'm saying, we edified them, we answered this question then, but just saying, it's all through the spirit. So these 144,000, you know what I'm saying, men and a innumerable multitude is being sealed now, man, while we living. And it's by way of doing the works, uploading on the unicorn that's doing the heavy lifting, man, where it can reach multiple brothers at any given time of the day, you know what I'm saying? While you sleep, you know what I'm saying, you might be edifying somebody. All they gotta do is click on the video and take heed to it, man. So I'm gonna keep going though. I'm gonna jump down to verse 7. 1 Peter 2 and 7. Unto you, therefore, which believe, he is precious. But unto them which be disobedient, the stone which the builders disallowed, the same is made the head of the corner. All right? So the same men that you despised and came up against is being the same ones that's going to be exalted. Lord willing, we are the elect, man. And the most hated men, they even put that on World Star about the LA camp, you know what I'm saying? The most hated men, you know what I'm saying, is a great millstone, man. We catch the most hell, we get put through the most shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's expected. As a matter of fact, can one of y'all, Baba Kashad, grab that St. Luke 6 and 22?
Yeah, even amongst like just like the circumcision in general, you know, right, just all types of like they'll even like the new thing is like whenever like a member of a camp like gets offended that's outside of GMS, right now they go cry to like fucking like Yakanan now.
Yeah,
like, he's like probably like the biggest scumbag taking advantage. Even or that guy that fell out was talking about how shady like Yakanan was when he was like dealing with him and all that. All right, so all right, but just like all in all, like everyone just like stops what they're doing at some point to just like throw shade on us.
You want to bring that? I got a picture.
St. Luke 6 and 22. Blessed are ye when men shall hate you, and when they shall separate you from their company.
Lift up. Let them hear it, man.
Blessed are ye when men shall hate you, and when they shall separate you from their company, and shall reproach you, and cast out your name as evil for the Son of Man's sake.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Whether they go and they make soundbite videos of your fingers saying you an Illuminati, or they go and, you know what I'm saying, bring all manner of wickedness upon you and your family, or whatever the case may be, man. They're going to do this because you are the elect, so you got to be tried in the furnace of affliction, or a furnace of adversity, per se, you know? And it's, hey, them same men that's going to catch that most hell is going to be the one that's going to be exalted, and we just hope to be that number, man. That's all we out here laboring for. Because despite y'all scoffing against us, it ain't going to stop us. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that's going to stop us is Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. If either one of us was to, Yahweh forbid, become either disenchanted, or if he was to take one of us out and send us straight to the spiritual world.
He took a brother out already.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But that's...
and they talk about him.
And but that's going to motivate us to keep going, man. You know?
Yeah, that piece of shit talk about him like he a dog, you know?
Yeah. You know? So, you got
Yeah, I got something. Well, pretty much just speaking back on the top, because I know the spirit switch. on the Jews or whatever so-called building is. They always so-called doing anything, but on that temple. This is Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 26. It say, I will scatter them into corners, and I will make the remembrance of them to cease from among men. Right, because this is the land of the captivity where our people don't even know who they is, man. You know what I'm saying? That's like when we out here telling that we the real Jews and we the Israelites, they look at us like we crazy because they just think we just niggas or handmaids or whatever over here, man. You know what I'm saying? Even Israelite foreigners that scattered abroad, man. You know what I'm saying? It say I will scatter them into corners and I will make the remembrance of them to cease from among men. So don't nobody know who the true Israelites are, but through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shah that's prophesying today. This verse 27, it say were it not that I feared the wrath of the enemy, lest their adversaries, which adversaries of the real children of Israel, should behave themselves strangely. How's they acting strangely? Because they portray themselves to be the real Israelites when they not building these temples. You know what I'm saying? When just like the brother was bringing out, the third temple is spiritually, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the gathering, pretty much pushing the truth all four corners, man. You know what I'm saying? It is prophecy, but that third temple is spiritual, man. Yeah, you good.
It's Lamentations chapter 4, verse 8. It said, their disease is blacker than a coal. They are not known in the streets. Their skin cleaveth to their bones. It is withered. It has become like a stick. You know, so like the brother said, man, yeah, the true Israelites, man, all right, the biblical Jews, all right, the chosen people of the Heavenly Father, they weren't going to know who we were. We weren't going to be known in the streets, man. Why? Because the so-called white man, Esau Edom, all right, which he's just made to reprove our thought, he the deceiver, man. That's what the devil goes back to, a deceiver. He deceived everybody into thinking, all right, that he was the chosen people of the Lord, and we just some pieces of shit, man. We ain't no fucking body, all right? We don't got no heritage or lineage. We don't come from shit. We come from, all he tried to do is make our history was straight slavery, man. When our history is the most royal history upon the face of the earth. Over those fucking, what's the motherfucker, Princess Diana, them motherfuckers over there, all right, in Europe, man, all those kings and queens and everybody, all right, that's our fucking heritage that they stole, man, all right?